Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get on over here to our. Oh, I thought that was gonna be the scanner. Where's the scanner? Well, SLMT is moving up right now. Let's look at that scanner though. All right, so this is what I'm seeing. SLMT leading the board. It is above $5. It up 15, whatever. It's the only one that's really meeting the criteria, so we'll watch it, see how it performs. So let's go over here and look back at it. Okay, so first off, I want to read the catalyst here. So yesterday it had a catalyst that Soulmate Infrastructure shares business and operational update. The company updates on validator operations. Accompanying data center selection is planned M&A strategy, as well as a 300 million pipe securities purchase agreement. Registration statement relating to pipe investor shares will now be filed November 22nd. Okay. What are the keywords on this? It says they're trying to get into Solana. So Solana, let's go look at Solana crypto here. Oh, wrong one. This one. Trading view. So this is, oh, come on, bro. All right, so this is Solana. It's dipping down right now. But they're trying to get onto this chain. I'm looking for numbers as to what they're buying or whatnot. Let's see, Solana sold per share. Yeah, they're really not saying anything about the amount that they're trying to buy of Solana. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, let's jump over to Yahoo Finance and look this one up. Oh, looks like Yahoo Finance is still not playing videos. All right, so let's go to SLMT. All right, Bermuda Holdings. Let's see what they got. Profile. So it says Brera Holdings PLC develops, manages, and operates football clubs. The company operates a football club under the Brera FC brand name. It is also involved in football division progression, player transfer, and sponsorship services, as well as football and volleyball school services. In addition, the company engages in sports-related consulting services. Brera Holdings PLC was founded in 2000 and is based in Dublin, Ireland. All right, so let's go ahead and notate that down. So this is it operates football clubs. It was founded in 2000 and it is out of Dublin, Ireland. Okay. Now, one of the things that may attract people over here is the low float. So we'll go over the statistics. The float out here is 1.68 million. So it is a low float, but the other things kind of outweigh on this one. So 1.68 mil is the reason that people are on it right now. All right, so we got that marked up. Now let's do our due diligence on the daily chart. So let's go over here and pop up the daily. And looking at the daily chart does not look like it has a whole lot of trading history. It's got just a couple of months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 months of trading. So just over a year old. It had a peak up here, 2580. That's the only peak that's really you can actually see. And it's down here around the 15s. So I'm not sure about this one, just based on what we read about it. So I'm going to be patient. Football clubs, 2000, Dublin, Ireland. The only thing that people are really looking at is that low float, but that's not the only criteria that we need. All right, so let's jump back over here to SLMT. Why don't I use the news on TOS under the ticker? I do. That's what I was reading off before I came over to Yahoo. I was looking at the news there. But I like to see what the company engages in Yahoo Finance, because it doesn't really give a clear profile of what the company is over here on TOS. All right, so what we're looking at, all right, so it hit a top up here of 1747. Let me see if I can actually show the news that I'm looking at over here. I don't really have a window for the TOS news. I have a window for my the browser with Yahoo, but let me see. Go here. See if I can make it shake. Can I just switch over to it? That doesn't look like it. This one? Nope, not that one. This one? Nope. Nope. How do I... This one? Okay, there it is. Okay, so I can put it on here, but it's kind of stretched out because the way it's on my screen. So it is what it is. But yeah, they're trying to get Solana, but the problem is what their company actually does is football clubs. So, all right. Studio mode. Yep. So we're gonna wait. If it's what the thing that it has range, it just has really weak catalysts. That's all. It's the only thing that I don't like about it. So we got it came up here to these levels, and I'm looking for it to just really not draw too much attention and kind of fade off. Where did it start from? It hit a high up here. Okay, so this is where we actually need to be starting this. Hit a high up there at 1868, and we'll see if it can get back down here to the 10s. I want to see these ideas start to break down. So the point of control up here is 1539 on the 5 minutes. On the 15 minute is 1492, and all the way down to 1398 on the 15 minutes. So 13 98, somewhere in here. All right, let me go ahead and draw that in before it moves. So 15.39 down to 13.98. So basically $14. I want to see this continue to be a problem for it throughout the day, and watch something else come up and try to get it on down. Something with some actual catalysts or with some actual heat behind it. I did not take any trades yesterday on Wednesday. I just avoided it. Said nope. I saw a lot of chop. Oh, and can we get a round of applause for anybody that didn't trade Beyond Meats, that kept their money in their pocket? Can we get a round of applause? Yay! You know, because Beyond Meats took a lot of money yesterday. It had it had millions and millions traded, and then goes from like $6 all the way back down to $3. And I think it went even lower than it went down to 2 something. So I was like, yeah, y'all can have that noise. I ain't worried about Beyond Meats. Let me see. Okay, looking like he wants to crack out of the bottom of this. Go ahead and break down, big boy, so we can see something real move. Okay. Really not expecting it to go back up to this downtrend line. I just don't think buyers are going to get that excited. But I do think it can play below this downtrend, possibly. You traded BNBX. BNBX. What did I do with this one? I don't think I touched it actually. So this was the lines that I had drawn from. I was just watching it, and I guess you could have traded it up in here, but this was during this time, lunchtime, I was just like, I don't know. I saw it, but I just wasn't enticed enough to get into it, especially seeing all that volume on Beyond Meats. I was like, this is an irrational day. Like things that are gonna have an actual reason to move or and all that, I'm just like, nah, this is an irrational day. I don't care if you are selling more things in Walmart. You're Beyond Meats. You are no. You are an imposter. We saw that sell off. Okay, so this one, here's an idea here. Look, wrong one. Dang, I always do that. This one. Going back in there, should find some resistance up there. We'll see if it breaks down this original idea. But has room to play back up to the 1574s before it probably was going to find some type of punch in the mouth. Let me move this a little bit. Beyond Me still has 39 million shares traded on this one. That's insane. People just trying to get out, man. They're like, please sell me out. Right back out of that level. Ooh, little snappy there. Snappy boy. So will this be a new idea in here or what? Are you going to be able to hold above this 14 level? You can open it up under the box. Okay. See which way you want to go. Two ideas, but I'm favoring the downside. GNPX is another one moving up. GNPX. Let's see what's going on over here. It says they have a GPREX collaborators to present positive preclinical data on the use of Recorsa gene therapy for treatment of lung cancer at 2025 AACR NC whatever conference on molecular targets and cancer therapeutics. Okay. Well, it's above $5. It is a low float, but we'll have to see. Let's go do our due diligence here on GNPX. Let's jump over here. GNPX. Oh, did I not type it in? I thought I typed it in. GNPX. Okay, let's jump over to the profile. GNPX, GPREX, a clinical stage gene therapy company, focuses on developing therapies for patients with cancer and diabetes. The company's technologies are designed to administer disease-fighting genes to provide new therapies for patient populations with cancer and diabetes. Its oncology program utilizes its systemic non-viral Ocaprex delivery system. which encapsulates the gene expressing plasmids using lipid-based nanoparticles in lipoplex form. All right. This is based out of Austin, Texas, incorporated in 2009. So let's go do more due diligence. Let's see, go ahead and notate what this thing is, cancer and diabetes. So cancer, diabetes, preclinical. The float on this one is looking like under 1 million shares in the float. And it does have catalyst on the day. Cancer, diabetes, it was incorporated in 2009. And it does have catalyst on the day. And then it is out of Austin, Texas. All right. All right, so there is my notes. So it's gonna be in direct competition with SLMT. Both of them are around the same price, but definitely different percentage gains. GNPX is only up 24%. Let's go look at the daily chart too. That's what I forgot to do. Okay, so over here on the daily chart for GNPX, a lot of sell-off. Yeah, it looks like it's gone through some reverse splits or something like that. Closed yesterday at around 1060 and is now up to around 13 something. Not sure about it. No real, I mean, the only obvious peak is up here at 55 bucks, so that's way up there. And then it's got this little gap here that I'm not sure it can get to. And this gap starts at $18, so it have to run up $5 from where it is now. Keep looking, keep looking. SLMT, again, like I said, because of what we read, football clubs 2000, Dublin, Ireland, even though it's a low float, it's just kind of cascading downward. You said GNPX has a reverse split. Yeah, look like they split a couple times. I don't know when they did it, but I'm not sure it can rise back up to any obvious levels up here. I don't know. I mean, $18 is a long way from where it is right now. That's a $5. Like, it's gonna have to literally rip. So I don't know if I can trust that. And they're just speaking at a conference on preclinical data. I'm just not sure about that. And now it's not even up 20%. So having a hard time just staying in the 20% range on that struggle bus. If we look at possible ideas, so we can see that it's sold off from here. Had a little touch point here. And yeah, not really looking like something I want to just jump into. SLMT continue to ride down this internal trend downward, and now it's got to form some type of new uptrend because it's disqualified this one pretty much. Got to get back above this level of 346 and maybe start the trade or just hold flat. So at this point, what on the small caps looks the bullish? I'm just gonna go through them BBGI works. TPEX or TPET, nope. That one. AREB, not really. Okay. So this one dipped down here to 13s. Has not shown us any kind of movement back up to this downtrend. It's kind of a steep downtrend too. So we'll have to see what it wants to do, but it kind of came back to this original breakout level of the 13s. Kind of stopped moving there, didn't it? That it is below its value level. Value level is right here at 1360. Actually, let me mark the points of control for this. So points of control for GNPX. On the 5 minutes, it is 1489, and then on the 15 minutes, it's 1489. And then over here is 1593. So 1593, that is a huge range. It's gonna have to tighten up a little bit. So 1593 down to 1489. Oh, that's not that much. Okay, that's all the way up here. 1489. All right. And both of them is keeping these similar prices. So this one's up SLMT, making a move down there, continuing on that little trend down. And then GNPX also moving under 13 bucks. Yes. GNPX only up 14% now. Bottom of this is 1261. Is this a new idea forming from, let's see, what, 1259? Can it go back up here to 1346, or is it going to continue to go down? Okay, open up to the lower side of this 1260s. Let's see if it continues to funnel down. Okay, was this a little bit higher? 1262. 1262. Okay. I mean, it looks like it's got room back up here to 1347. Little flat bottom there. That's 20 cents right there. but we don't see any real volume pouring in down here. GNPX now continued to go down, just grinding it on down to 12% up. So that's probably going to start falling off of some people's watch list right there. Okay, we're going to finally break down 1261. Okay, another little bounce off this 1263 level. So it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times it's bounced off this level. The high of this one is 12.99, so basically retesting 13s. The previous little trend it had up here was right up here at the 1347, almost 1350s. About to open up a new candle there. And still within this downtrend. Yeah, Donnell, boring small caps today. But we're looking for the ones that's meeting the criteria. They're above $5. They can pay pretty good, pretty quickly. The only thing is the catalysts on these are very, very weak. So it did get back up here to this level at the previous downtrend. So we'll mark this as an outlier. It had this very heavy level of control here that it's pushing up to. We'll see if it finds some resistance right at the box. Move the point of control down right there. Right at the tip of the box. Should be moving down from here. Should be a lot of sellers waiting right here to get in. All the way back up into the box. And we should see a short attack around here somewhere. And there it is getting pressed down. So got up to 1450. Now there's a short attack. So let me go ahead and mark that up. So this is another trend within the trend, proving that it cannot escape this downtrend idea, the overall downtrend idea. So seeing it fail, this is going to start to probably treat this as some type of resistance here at 1350. Oh, the point of control move. So the point of control right now is from 1398 down to 1375, which is kind of where it's trading right now. Let's see if it drags it any further down. Got this previous bottom right here of the 1260s. Okay. It's a little steep right here to be. Yeah, it's a little steep for me. I don't like that. I'm gonna let it trade a little bit more. Okay, so that's a lower high right there, or lower low right there. It's gonna go ahead and continue to slip down. Okay. So we got an idea right here. We'll see when this idea fails. So we got the overall trend all the way up here to back here for 1735, which I don't even know if that's possible for this. We got a idea of an uptrend here under previous heavily traded positions. And it continues to treat this previous trend as some type of resistance here. Now it's got a hard choice, up or down. Back up to this 1352 or down through into no man's land, back down towards these lows. There's a 13 getting cracked down. Let's see if we see a new idea or if we see a break lower here. So coming down to 1289. And now it's got two possible resistance levels that we saw it pause at on both of these that it could treat as resistance. $12.62. Let's see if it'll show us green. Interesting. Starting to dry up in volume too, even more. GNPX. Let's see. So it had that zone up there, has not drawn down any, but it is getting more volume down here. The lows were 1220. But it is struggling to stay within 20% of gain, hold that 20% level. Trying to catch up with the SLMT in volume though. Maybe if it'll catch it, maybe people will maybe lean that direction. I don't know. SLMT continued. Looks like it's gonna break down this bottom. Like it's slightly broke it right there. Something is going to be the spark, but I kind of want to, be a little bit more patient. We did our due diligence. We know what's going on in these stocks, so it's like just playing it, just playing it patient right now. This thing's just bottling up on the bottom right here. That breakdown of 1262 could run it on down, run it down quite a bit actually. 60s, some volume came in right here at the bottom side, so let's see if it gets a big lunch down. 50, we just saw 58, so that did break to a low. So now it's going to try to start another uptrend. But it's got to hold this 1258 for sure. It's running out of volume. All right, back over to GNPX. You ended up just running out of juice as well. Starting to trade like, see these gaps? That's what I hate. When these stocks start running out of volume, they start gapping, and it gets very dangerous, especially when you have very large share size. Because this thing could gap and it could, it just kind of moves around without any trading. So you could be down a whole lot very quickly with no trading volume. Okay. So trying to start another uptrend here. It went up here and tested this 14 one time, but it's still not defeated these downtrends. Go ahead and invalidate this one. It's kind of out of range now. Bottom of 1258. All right, GMPX had a little top up here of 1340. 1346. Yeah, just not, they're not super exciting. That's the thing that's really killing them. A-Rib. Okay, so it's forming a little bit of a higher level here. Let's see if we can hold a 1258. Maybe start to walk back over 13s. I don't know. Very low probability, but do you trust Ireland? Ireland football clubs. Every day starts with defense until there's something that sells itself so good to you that you go on the offense. It's like shields up, baby. We start the day with shields up. And this thing is taking its time. When it breaks down, it's gonna break some people's hearts, actually. It's been down here and it's been bottling up on this bottom, 1260s, 1260s, and did a little peak down. But that actual break, people gonna be like, oh my goodness. How am I gonna get out of this today? And the volume is literally sitting still. Man, that thing's sitting on this level. Yep. Finally started to crack. Let's see if it pushes on out. Yep, 1250. See if it gets below 1250 on this little momentum. I'm gonna go ahead and invalidate this right here. So remove that. Oh, did I not remove it? Remove that. Invalidate it, making a new low. And so it will need to it will need to start making another uptrend here. And it's still just getting, I mean, look at this previous trend line that it treated as resistance. Got beat up here. So I'm gonna remove that one as well. Only up 48% now. Throwing a little wick down here to 1220s. And let me activate this and go ahead. And this was at 13. We're right at 14. So we'll go ahead and put this over here. So during the open, when I look, I always take this and I stretch it out, stretch these all the way out to wherever it's currently trading and see how it is acting in this level. Activate ball clubs. Okay. But yeah, right now it's acting real wacky. GNPX still on the struggle bus as well. Almost looks like it's flatlining. And we're about 9 minutes away from 7 o'clock, top of the hour. And we have lost no money because we've been playing defense. Our SLMT bouncing up there a little bit. So it had a bottom here at 1220. But I'm just not seeing that volume pour in. It's got to boop, 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 get that volume in here. So we had a little bit of an uptrend. We'll see how this does. If it wants to break that down or not. GMPX filling that little gap that it had back here. Let's see if shorts come and kick it down. There's like no motion down there. Okay, back over here to SLMT. This another downtrend within the downtrend? Almost looks like it. Definitely close. It may be a little steep. I don't know. Might give it a little bit more time to trade. Broke the low there at 1250, so 1250 something is happening here, but still hasn't broken down to 1220s. Okay, GMPX keeps throwing these wicks, but not doing any kind of breakouts over the 1350s. Has a little bit of an uptrend there. I don't know how strong that is because the pivots aren't really that exciting, but it looks like it's going to end up doing something here. 1350 little breakthrough. This will be causing a new outlier here. So this is what, 1376, 1380. So that move right there was from the 14 to the 80s. Okay, where's the top of this move? So 1390. I'm gonna invalidate this one back here, too far away, and stretch this out. This 1490s. Right. Possible idea there. We'll see how it holds this one. What's this? 1258. Only up 21%. So if it goes back down here, it'd be back under 20%. SLMT broke down that level that we thought was an idea. So came down here again to the 1220s. Oh, it moved. Okay. We'll stand to the right. And we will use this previous idea as possible resistance up here. So 1250 possible resistance. This is a little bit higher low too. So maybe there's a little bit of trend starting here. These are getting flatter and flatter though. Let's see if it invalidates that uptrend. Doesn't want to get up and get going. Still under the ATR low though. So a lot of times I look for them to be over the ATR high from the previous day, which is basically taking the ATR high from the previous day and adding it and subtracting it from the current price or whatever the open price is for the session. So this is the low and this is the high up here, and it's below this level. Okay, small little breakdown dip there on SLMT, getting smaller and smaller candles. Man, see, that's what I don't like. Look at that gap. That's from what? 1333 down here to 1317. Man, stopping people out there and popping back up to fill the gap. Okay, so got another idea down here. Not sure what it's going to invalidate, but yeah. Hmm. So the breakdown of this level would be 1317 again. 1327. Go ahead and break that thing down. You're right on where people would probably be jumping in for the downside. There's 1320. Some volume coming in there as it's kind of trying to make a decision. Keeps popping on that 1317. New candle about to open. Low side of this is 1315. Let's see if it'll crash down. All that volume coming in. No big push over this level yet. 1389s. Be another outlier if it snaps back. The bottom of this candle is 1347s. Mm-hmm. All right, so it looks like we got another outlier if this one fails back under 1385s. Okay. So you trying to get back up there to that point of control. Are you gonna do what SLMT did? Got up to the point of control and got capped off? Is that what we doing? Quite a bit of volume coming in there. Right to that level. So looking for a turnaround now. It's gonna be an outlier. So we have a top here. What's this top? At 1473. Let this candle close. Same exact thing the other one did. SLMT came into the point of control and failed big. Good thing is we still have this uptrend down here that it can hold now. So down here to the 13s. Opening up in there, getting pushed back a little bit. So we got our outlier. Let's see if it's going to continue to push. I'm going to have to lift that up. That's going to invalidate. Okay. Bottom side of this under the 1481. Up 36%. Hit the point of control, but it definitely became a resistance level there. Point of control just moved down. So let's see if we can get back under 1475s. There we go. Same thing that happened with the SLMT though. Now struggling to get back into the box. Ooh. Well. Okay. Found a little strength. It got the day one catalyst, cancer and diabetes. So this is going to be another outlier. Didn't get out of the box. It might get out of the box. Let's see. Now that we got a little bit more excitement over here, it's almost 2 million shares traded, or creeping up to 3 million shares traded. Hit the top of the box. Yeah, will it continue to lift out of this box? It's about to be the number one leader on the day here. So 42%. The only thing above it is SGBX up 45%. Yep, it's becoming a leader. Very small peek out of the box. About to close up this candle within the box. Then end up holding it down just a little bit. Low side of this is 1537. So now as more people come over here, we'll have more people doing due diligence and everything. So we'll see how it acts up here. Double top there, peeking out of the box. Now we have a couple ideas down here that we could play off of if it wants to hold. So we got 1379. There's an idea inside of this previous idea. We know that it just hit. I guess I could put this as another outlier here. All right. So let's see what a crash out looks like on it. This downtrend is invalid. Goes all the way down there. It's probably going to be over with. I have to wait for something new if it cracks that. But it's only up 40%. So all of our movers are around 40% up. So not any big, 100%, 75%, close to 100% movers today. So still, even with this move, yes, there's opportunities, but are these A+ setups? It's questionable. questionable. All right, coming down and just trying to fight to stay in this box right now. Where did our other one go? SLMT. That one ended up falling down quite a bit. Continue to make those lower levels. But SLMT is still a higher percent gain than GNPX. So, and still has more volume. And it only needs to lose 10% to become a 20% struggler on the day. So, a lot of factors against it right now. Point of control. Let's see what the point of control is doing. 509 up to 14 or down to 1346. Still trading within the box. Okay. But it is holding. It did hold that bottom side. See if it gets slammed back through here. Can it continue to hold these levels? Hadn't tested down yet. A lot of volume right at the top of that box. See if it breaks down 1575. There's 1575 chop right there. All right, so we got two ideas for uptrends. We'll see which one it respects, if it respects either one. We have a new outlier. There. And we'll see how it invalidates any of this. So yeah, become a little bit of chop factory in this box. The shorts did take advantage of this. You know, it did look kind of bullish, but I was thinking, okay, it's still under the ATR high. You know, if it starts blasting up through that and going towards that 18 level, maybe it's something to play with. But this right here, could go either way. But yeah, so during the day, I'm going to be looking for it, how it holds around this 14 level and how it holds around this 1297 to see if people continue to trade it. But the thing is, the further it goes down, the closer it gets to becoming a 20% struggler. And I really don't like 20% strugglers. Now it's closing below the box and has a couple levels that it can continue to break down here. Anyway, man, I can't talk. We have the Discord. It's a free Discord where we continue the conversation throughout the day, finding the strongest stocks on the day, and also talking about swing trading. You know, Mike D's always into options. You know, if you're working on building a better setup and all of that stuff, well, you know, come chat. But yeah, we'll be in there. This one formed a pretty solid top up here at 1650, and now it's starting to throw. Woo! Why do we be patient, y'all? Why do we be patient? Why is patience a virtue, y'all? What's up? What's up? All the way through everything. So yeah, this is why we kind of wait for those tests. Went all the way to 1101 down there. Only up 14% now. So yeah, that hurt. Came into this highly traded level. We saw a bunch of volume come in here, and then man, that dropped. All right. So now we have to find a new uptrend. So it definitely attacked this uptrend, and that's where it's kind of finding a little bit of resistance. Also didn't get back up to this one. So that's why, yeah, you got to be careful on these. And we already know what it's doing. It's presenting at a conference. They're talking about cancer and diabetes, but it's preclinical data. So, are they going to get partnerships? Are they going to get investors? We don't know, So, man, that was some death. Boy, boy, boy. You never know when something like that's going to happen. I don't know if new news popped out on. Let me check. News. Oh, yep. It says it announced a registered direct offering. That's yep. Of up to $8.1 million. Registered direct offering. Somebody got hurt on this. Yep. They were like, oh man, our prices from yesterday, we went up quite a bit. Let's go ahead and dump on them. So now it's only up 12%. So we played defense this morning. We kept our eyes on things that, meet the criteria that can actually pay out. But those things were not A plus, wasn't really even close to A plus. And so by just watching those, we avoided danger. And so now, I'll still be looking around during the day, looking for things that meet the criteria that are actually holding up during the day. And yeah, we're still safe. Still playing that defense. Let's see what happened down here on SLMT. That was a nasty dump on that this direct offering. Man. All right, let's activate this, and I'm about to get ready to get on down. Last time I forgot I had to go on that day, and I was like, oh man, gotta get out of here. I wasn't late or anything. It's just, I like to be on time or early. All right, so yeah, we saw the top movers SLMT today and GNPX. We have about an hour 15 to the open, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my trip over there and be ready to do my due diligence after the open. A lot of times I don't know why on TOS that open, the platform itself slows down so much. I did try to do a couple of things to speed it up, but I mean, I guess it did improve because at first I was seeing like blocks just appear. So like 5 minutes go by and then I'll see those 5 candles. I'm like, oh, there are the 1 minute candles. So at the open, it's kind of dangerous. But yeah. If you're not exactly one life, if you're not 15 minutes, well, I'd like to be earlier than that. 15 minutes is kind of late for me. But I like to get there because I like to get my computer set up for trading and for working. So I just have them side by side, basically. And so get pretty much knock out morning stuff as soon as I get there. And then, by the time the open comes through and maybe the first 15 minutes go by of the open, then I can kind of come over and look and say, hey, there's something that I'm willing to trade over here. But yeah, I'm about to jump out of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you learned something, saw something. I don't know. We just played defense on the day. This was like a joust, and I didn't have a lance. I just had a shield, just the shield today. But we still riding the horse, so we're going to continue to push forward and grow. But yeah, that's it. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's see. Let's go here.